All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and salutations, brothers, doing this thing in sincerity, in truth, and with charity. And this is gonna be something quick through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai. Just touching on the strangers, man, the Gentiles, which in the New Testament that's getting saved, which are the Israelites, man. And the scriptures plainly said, this is 1 Peter 1:1. Peter, an apostle, shall I get Isaiah 45? I believe this 1 Peter 1:1. Peter, an apostle of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, to the strangers scattered through Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia, so called them the scattered strangers, elect according to the foreknowledge of the Most High the Father, through the sanctification of the Spirit unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, grace unto you and peace be multiplied. All right, who are these scattered strangers? All right, hey, let's see. I believe it's, hold on, shall we? It's Isaiah 45:4.
It's Isaiah 45 and verse 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name, and I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me.
Right, we read one more time, speak up a little bit.
This is Isaiah 45 verse 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name, and I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me.
There you go. So it said Israel mine elect. All right. That's who the strangers I was talking about. The scattered Israelites, man. Why we call strangers right there? It said it. Because thou has not known me. Jeremiah 17:4. We lost our heritage, man. All right. Obadiah tells you we went into these other nations. When we got scattered, we became a stranger.
You got it right here.
Bible Kushal.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Hey, there you go, man. So we lost our heritage, man. Hey, just like the curses say, we become bywords and proverbs. We became African, by name, by title, we became Africans, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Native Americans, named after different Edomites, man. Because when they conquered the land, they named it after themselves. So we became these things, man.
That's right.
All right, we lost the fact that we were Israelites, like it says in Psalms 83. All right, the Lord took that away from us.
Okay, this is Obadiah verse 12. It says, "But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldst thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of the destruction. Neither shouldst thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress."
There you go. So that's perfect, man. That's plain. We can always end it right after the Obadiah, man.
God.
All right, the day we became a stranger, we got taken down. We got destroyed as a nation, man. All right, we were no longer known as Israelites, man. We took on the heathen customs. When you read the book of the Maccabees, it tells you multiple times that we became the Greeks, that our people stopped getting circumcised. They called themselves Antiochians. You know, our people became the fucking Grecians, man. All right, so you got something else?
I got James 1:1.
That's the spirit.
James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
There you go. So the scattered strangers are the scattered Israelites, man, that lost the heritage. Why would you call the heathen scattered? They in their own lands. They where they belong, man. We're the scattered, man. So when you read like Revelation 7, this is talking about the Israelites, man. This Revelation 7 and verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people. So like them put the do not disturb on. All nations and kindreds and people and tongues stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. So you'll read that, and somebody get Isaiah 11, you'll read that and say, see, it said all nations, of all nations. And can somebody get Tobit 13 and start at 1? Yeah, because Israel, like the brother Yanaki read, was scattered to the four corners. We've been scattered to all nations. But check this out for the word kindreds. It's going to let you know who it's talking about. Hey, you go into the definition. So this is the word for kindred, man. Foulé.
Strong's G 5443. Foulé. Foulé.
All right, hopefully y'all heard the guy when it's on the screen record. It'd be lower. Hopefully you heard that. But foulé. And it says a tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, a nation, people. So when you see that word, it's talking about who? Them that descend from Jacob. All right? Plain and simple. That's the cut. And you can get that Isaiah 11 start at 10.
Isaiah 11 and verse 10. And in the day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious.
That's right. All right. And then that's talking about Yahweh Shai. All right. Because he comes from that line, man. He's the root and offspring of King David, man. You know? And it said his rest shall be glorious. And who's them set up to get the rest? When you read Hebrews, it's the Israelites. We're the ones that need a land. We're the ones that need salvation from the Gentiles. This is called the time of the Gentiles, man. They don't need to be saved from themselves. We need to be saved from them. Keep going.
Come.
Because it's going to tell you plainly who these Gentiles are.
Verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
There you go. So it's saying his people, the Israelites, that scattered into these different nations, man. We're those we're those Gentiles that come back to our heritage, man. Keep going.
Verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
Hey, and that word for nations is the same word for Gentiles in verse 10, which is goyim. All right? When you click on it, it's going to say goy, but that's Yiddish, man. All right? But that word for Gentiles, nation, is the same. But in this verse, it said the nations, the Gentiles, the outcast of his people. All right? So that's the Gentiles right there, man. It's talking about the outcast. Us that was kicked out of our land. Us that was kicked away from our heritage, man. Read that verse over, Baba Kushan.
Come. Isaiah 11 and verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Ooh, from the four corners. This is St. John 7. This precept is so hard, it goes right with that, man. This St. John 7:35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles, and teach the Gentiles? So that tells you right there, the dispersed of Israel, man. The outcast of Israel, the dispersed of Judah. Yep. So they ask, he's going to the dispersed among the Gentiles, and teach the Gentiles. They call the dispersed Gentiles. Right here, just like in that Isaiah, man. This is prophecy being fulfilled that the Yahweh Shai said, man.
I got one. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. It says, now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Going back to that Hellenistic, being the Greek-speaking Jews, man. Carrying on to these other heathen Gentile customs. The scriptures is plain upon tables, man. My sheep will hear my voice. There's two sets of Gentiles. So it says avoid the Samaritans, but rather go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's right. Just to back up the brother Yanaya, can you read that over, Yannick? I got one for you.
This is 1 Corinthians 12 and 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
And that's the definition of Gentiles, really, man. As far as concerning Israel, it's an idolater, man. Hey, this is the proof. Ezekiel 20:32. And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that ye say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone. So that's the definition of Gentiles. When Israel fell off the idols, they became heathens. They became as heathens, serving wood and stone. They became, like the brother read in 1 Corinthians 12, as Gentiles, serving idols. Part of the curses, man. Hey, you got that Tobit? We're going to get wrap this up soon. Hey, that's a cut. I'm glad you brought that. That's a spirit. Damn. Yeah, damn.
Tobit chapter 13 and verse 1. Then Tobit wrote a prayer of rejoicing and said, blessed be the Most High power that liveth forever, and blessed be his kingdom. For he doeth scourge and have mercy. He leadeth down to hell and bringeth up again. Neither is there any that can avoid his hand. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he has scattered us among them.
Right, so there you go. It said confess him before the Gentiles because we're scattered among them, man. That's what this is about, man. When it says Gentiles, it's talking about us Israelites that's among the Gentiles. Us Israelites that lost our way. Us Israelites that was following after the heathens, man. Now it's time for us to repent and wake up, man, and return to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know? In fact, we can end it with that Isaiah 45 and 17. You found what you're looking for, Shalia? What was you looking for?
It says, let him be counted as a heathen man.
Matthew 18.
Isaiah 45 and 17.
You get the Matthew.
This is Matthew's. You said 18.
Con.
18 in verse
17.
It's Matthew's 18 and verse 17.
Start at 15 so you can know what's talking about Israelite.
This is Matthew's 18 and verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall bear thee,
If he shall hear thee.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. And if he but if he neglected to hear the church, let him be counted. Let him be unto thee as heathen man and a publican.
There you go. And that goes to Romans 9, man. It said all Israel is not Israel, man. All right? So some of our people are counted as heathens, man. Plain and simple. Salvation is only for Israel, man. So the Gentiles that's getting saved are Israelites, man, coming back into our heritage. Go ahead, Zakar.
You went to Isaiah 45?
Come.
And,
17.
Come. This is Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. You shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
That's right. So that's what the Lord came for. When you read St. John 3:16, Israel is that world without end, man. That's who Yahweh Shai came and died for, man. Got on that cross for. All right? So it's time for you so-called Negroes, Latin Native Americans, all right, and the confusion of faces, to return into your heritage and return to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. With that, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles. And salutations, brothers, doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba.